Can Tim Drake and his two allies stop a dangerous shipment of Lazarus Resin from entering Gotham City? Well, let's hop into the pages of Future State Robin Eternal issue number 2, the finale of this series, and find out. So then, picking up from where the last issue left off, Tim, joined by his two allies, Stephanie Brown the Spoiler and Darcy, no new superhero name given, had attempted to raid a Magistrate flying fortress that was shipping in a bunch of Lazarus Resin, a brand new miracle drug that was supposed to be able to supercharge the Magistrate's cyborg soldiers. Robin had seemingly been killed by one of these giant hulking cyber soldiers and was only brought to life because he was also exposed to some of this Lazarus Resin. It's Darcy who has the genius idea that before they blow up this facility, they should probably read the files they have on this Lazarus Resin and make sure being exposed to it isn't dangerous. Turns out this nasty green stuff was only ever meant to be used on cyber soldiers, and what little information they do have on human exposure is all really bad. Right now, Tim is dealing with the positive end of the spectrum. It saved his life and has seemingly supercharged his own physical strength and agility, as he's now able to pretty much take out an entire Magistrate hit squad on his own. But once that part of the process wears off, he's gonna deal with mental degradation and eventually, well, death. Still though, Tim is a hero with a job to do, and as such he refuses to let any of this slow him or his allies down as they make their way ever closer to the source of the Lazarus Resin. As far as the mental degradation goes, it ends up taking a rather interesting form. Tim starts hallucinating early events from his superhero career, all culminating into a big showdown with Two-Face, one of the foremost villains he battled early on. Hallucination Two-Face echoes a lot of what Tim was saying in the previous issue, how he feels alone and adrift without his family being so torn apart by the Magistrate in this dark future state future. Now, resin-induced hallucination villains are bad enough, but they don't hold a candle to real villains. You see, the person running this Lazarus Resin operation turns out to be Peacekeeper 13. And if the good guys want to shut this operation down once and for all, they're going to have to go right through him. I find it interesting that even this late into all these future state titles, who the Peacekeepers are under the mask is actually not important. Which honestly, I can dig the idea of keeping the Magistrate this big, amorphous, shapeless, nameless military organization. Tim might not be seeing Two-Face anymore during this battle, but what he does see is equally as strange. Basically, he sees the shadow of Batman cast over everyone around him, and once again, this shadow is none too helpful and none too complimentary, going after Tim's greatest inadequacies. It slowly but surely becomes apparent that Tim isn't going to be making it out of this one, so when Darcy ends up getting herself taken hostage, Tim decides to go all out. Spoiler gets spirited away in one of the only escape pods because, well, she needs other tie-in adventures in other books. And with the help of some rather impressive acrobatics, Robin is able to get Darcy out of danger while the flying fortress explodes all around them. He ends up landing in the water, and as the comic comes to a close, he triumphantly punches his hand out of the water, implying that maybe he survived his run-in with the resin, maybe he died again, who's to say for sure. And so that was Future State Robin Eternal issue number 2, and while not nearly as strong as the issue that preceded it, I did ultimately enjoy this finale, and I think this story did work with only 2 issues. It was nice to see some references and callbacks to Tim's early days. It's clear that Fitzmartin is a fan of the character. No pun intended, but whatever the future seems to hold for Tim Drake, it does look to be up in the air right now. He doesn't have a new team book currently, and Damian Wayne is going to be taking the main Robin book again. So while it was certainly nice for a little bit to see Tim have his own place in the future state, it looks like he is once again a man without a country. Maybe we'll see more Fitzmartin stories in that future state Gotham book, or one of the dozens of new Batman anthologies that they seem to keep announcing every so often. What I'm trying to say is, if you're a fan of Tim Drake, I'm sure you'll find a place to read his adventures as Robin somewhere. Overall, I think I'd feel comfortable giving this one a 7 out of 10. It was perfectly adequate, and in many ways actually was able to succeed where so many of the other 2-issue future state stories failed. Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cape Joel again, thanking you so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, why not check out my Amazon link down in the description. Yes, that's right, the Cape Joel channel officially has its own Amazon storefront now. You can pick up a comic or anything else for that matter, and if you did, you'd really be helping me in the channel. So with that out of the way everyone, I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.